to kick fellow citizens when they are down is shameful. I'm the only member who is a Puerto Rican American citizen who sits in this committee. So since I don't have President Trump in front of me, I just would like for you to let him know how shameful all the tweets that he put out this morning, how offended and insulted I am as an American citizen. And I would like to suggest that the president get some history lessons regarding the Puerto Rican relationship with the United States. In 1898, American troops invaded Puerto Rico. American troops took over Puerto Rico. So Puerto Ricans didn't invite the United States Armed Forces. It was invaded. So with that invasion comes responsibility. Those tweets are unpresidential. The most basic fundamental responsibility of the President of the United States, the President of the most powerful country in the world, is to show up and make and provide the assistance and the relief that American citizens need.
Tracking Hurricane Florence very closely. We're keeping an eye on it. We're going to come back to it. But this next story we need to tell you about, it would be stunning, frankly, at any time. At this moment, though, it's hard to even kind of find the words, because even as millions of people here are living what could be a devastating, potentially for some, a deadly hurricane, President Trump spoke out again today about Hurricane Maria and Puerto Rico, tweeting, I should point out, from the comforts of the Executive Mansion. He had this to say to anyone who watched a parent die or buried a husband or maybe even a child. And I'm quoting here, 3,000 people, the president tweeted, did not die in the two hurricanes that hit Puerto Rico. When I left the island after the storm had hit, they had anywhere from 6 to 18 deaths. As time went by, it did not go up by much. Then a long time later, they started to report really large numbers, like 3,000. The president went on to say, this was done by the Democrats in order to make me look as bad as possible when I was successfully raising billions of dollars to help rebuild Puerto Rico. If a person died for any reason, like old age, just add them onto the list. Bad politics. I love Puerto Rico. Well, his words were not an accident. They are, in fact, a lie. And the starkest version yet of a cruel series of self-congratulatory statements and tweets in which a tragedy for millions becomes, by the president's way of thinking, a triumph of one. A triumph of one, because you might remember the other day he called his administration's response to Maria, quote, an unsung success. Don't tell that to Miriam Rodriguez, because her husband, Natalio, was on a ventilator. When they lost power, he lost air, he died. Miriam was not the only one who watched a loved one die unnecessarily. Yet to the president, it's as though her husband, Natalio Rodriguez, never even existed at all. Same for the thousands of other families, American families who lost loved ones. American families who today had to listen to their president lie about how their loved one died. It is unthinkable, really, or at least it should be. They found that people died from unsafe drinking water, heat, lack of power to run ventilators and kidney machines, lack of access to basic medical care, treatable conditions, horrible ways to die. Horror that is invisible, it seems, to at least the President of the United States.